Uh, and then we'll get right back into it. So, Chapter 1, we were rudely awoken by... uh, irresponsibly. Got it, got it. You know, that's fine. I trust. I trust. Uh, so yes. Chapter 1, rudely awoken by a, cop who mistook room 105 for 501, and did not realize that you can't, kill somebody by pushing them out a window off of the first floor and have them fall 5 stories. That's... Officer Loader, you got some things to work out. We were saved from that interaction by Detective Daltrey, who has one of the best themes in the game. Who let us investigate the crime scene, where we found his lost wallet. And then we spent the rest of that night winding down with our fellow student who is on our study abroad trip to what the fuck is... I know it's not Vendraka. We are on a study abroad trip to Vendraka. Which our professor is from. And we are, unfortunately, Americans. Yeah, spent the rest of that night winding down, talking to our fellow student, who I believe is named Emma. Before we caught our train in the morning. On the way back to London, if I am not mistaken. Where... I think her... I'm just gonna load the game. No. No. Yes, Emma. Her name is, in fact, Emma. Da-da-ba-ba. Yes, Vendraka is correct. I'm having lovely retention after a week. This is some fantastic music. Let's see. So, on our train ride, Emma comes up to us and describes that she had some nice tea, before lunch with a, missing woman who we only know is, potentially named AK, initials AK. And they were supposed to meet back up for lunch, but she completely disappeared. And nobody seems to ever remember, seeing her or remembering her exist, period. So we spent the rest of the the rest of that day trying to find information about this missing woman, which involved talking with the bartender, which I don't think we actually got a name for. But he is a complete fucking weirdo who makes psychological teas. And does not tell people that they are psychological teas. And watches them drink it. It's very weird hobby. We also met Monty, a very dapper, silent man, who really just does not talk, but did cover for us as we were exploring his room with his wife Veda, who is very pompous, very stuck up, does like to show off her wealth. So today we will be checking out more of the train, and finding other witnesses who might have seen this missing woman. Let's see. Let's talk plans real quick. It seems to me like we have two options. Either go to the lounge car or talk to Veda and Monty again. I'm up for either, so I'll leave it up to you. Okay, I personally don't really want to talk to Veda again. Let's talk about the ring. I just don't understand how I could have lost it. I swear it was on my nightstand when I went to sleep. Do you think it's possible someone might have stolen it while you were sleeping? That's a scary thought. I feel like I would have noticed if anyone came into my room, though. I'm not as heavy a sleeper as you are, Xerxes. Ugh, give me a break. Either way, we may not have it anymore, but at least we know what it said. To my beloved, AK. I wonder if it's really hers. Which we do have some extra... Yes, the ring disappeared from Emma's cabin the night after it was found. Oh. Embarrassment. Terrible. They're the worst team in the league. The whole coaching staff should be shot. Oh there, Wally. Maybe that's a little excessive, no? How about we take another caller? Anyone else on the line? It sounds just like the morning sports radio in America. Wow, people sure are passionate about their favorite sports teams, huh? Okay, let's go to the lounge car first. What's all that commotion? I think it's just those guys in the booth over there. It sounds like they're having an argument. Wait! Xerxes, that's them! Those are the guys in the polos who were with us yesterday. Let's talk to them, quick! Okay. Speak to the men. Excuse me. Are you out of your mind? It's a cowards club. Excuse me, you two, do you mind if we... Don't be ridiculous. You could never make that shot. You want to bet? They are ignoring me completely. Check the men. These guys sure are making a scene. What on earth are they arguing about? Check the bartender. Well, the bartender's back. I wonder what sinister concoctions he's brewing up today. Da-da-ba-ba. Check the area. It's totally empty in here, except for those guys in the booth and the bartender. I'm not surprised. I wouldn't want to stay and listen to all this bickering either. Discuss. They seem to be ignoring us, Xerxes. Yeah, I got that, thanks. Don't give me that sass. We need to get through to them somehow. Oh, hey, Kay. What's the issue with the stream? That is correct. It is not Elden Ring or Dawntrail. This is Detective Instinct. Ace Attorney type visual novel. We're solving murders. Solving murders and mysteries. I wonder what the bartender has to say about these two. Oh man, I really don't want to talk to him. I could just leave immediately. No, we are going to speak to the bartender. You two again. Talk about the men. Xerxes do be my name. That do be my Twitch name. These two have been bickering in here for over an hour. Most of the other passengers have since left, finding it too noisy. Naturally, this isn't very good for business. Even my strongest blend wasn't enough to make them cease their arguing. Thank you, Kay. Gotta get on that. Let's talk about the old man. He has not been here today. Helpful. Veda and Monty. Hey, that woman who ordered a glass of wine yesterday, Veda, do you know anything about her or her husband Monty? You could say I know a little, yes. What interest do you have in those two? Okay, helpful. Let's ask about the ring. No, I have not seen any rings. How about we make a deal? Deal? Oh no, what could he possibly have in mind? I need those two men to leave so that my customers will return. I've been unable to get them to do so. If you can get them to go, I will tell you a secret about that couple, Veda and Monty. A secret? I can't promise this secret will be useful to you, but I suspect you will find it interesting. Well, do we have a deal? I don't know how much we can trust him, But we need to talk to those guys anyway, so... Deal. Talk to me after you've succeeded. Alright. Alright. Speak to the men. Excuse me? My short game is far better than yours. Then why do you do 3-putt every hole? Excuse me! Holy shit. What? What do you want? Can't you see we're talking here? Yo, what's the big idea, punk? Whoa, I'm sorry, it's just, I've been trying to get your attention for a little while now. Whoa. Huh. Is that so? Well, I apologize for my companion's utter rudeness. His manners are as questionable as his game. My manners? In my game? Why I oughta... if you don't mind me asking, what were you two talking about? Oh, it's nothing important. My friend Palmer here seems to think his short game is superior to mine, when he can't hit a green inside 100 to save his life. At least I can putt, Dennis. You make a mockery of the greens with the amount of strokes you take. Xerxes, do you know what they're talking about? Come now, girl. What else could we be talking about? Golf! Of course! Can you not tell by the way we're dressed? Oh, that does make sense. Anyway, you said you were trying to get our attention, yes? What do you need? Okay. Talk about yesterday. You two were in the lounge car around this time yesterday, right? Yeah, that sounds about right. Do either of you remember seeing me and another woman there? We were sitting at the booth. Let me think. Thinking. Nope. No recollection at all. Helpful. But we were right there. You two were on that couch and... I'm very sorry, miss, but you have to understand. When Palmer and I are engaged in passionate debate, there's little else either of us will pay attention to. It's very true, miss. For instance, yesterday I believe we were having a spirited discussion about which club is better off the tee, the driver or the 3-wood. It's a 3-wood. With a 3-wood, it's fairways and greens all day, baby. The driver is too inaccurate. Maybe for a shank artist like yourself it is. Nothing compares to the raw power of the driver. Nothing. You're calling me a shank artist? You're in the woods on half your drives. You let the fat dog eat, Palmer. He's hungry. The big dog is wild, Dennis. He can't be tamed. Xerxes, are they still talking about golf? I have no idea. I do. Why don't you settle this for us? What club is better off the tee, the driver or the 3-wood? Oh no, how should I answer? Let the big dog eat, baby. You know, every time... I am not a golfer. I am 100% not a golfer. Golf is miserable. However, when I play golf video games, you gotta hit that driver when you can. Let that big dog eat. Ha! What I tell you, Palmer? It's all about power! Oh, this can't breathe. Well, that settles that one, doesn't it? Good choice, kid. You have a promising career in this game ahead of you. Wow, Xerxes, I didn't know you spoke golfer. I've never picked up a golf club in my life. Can we continue talking about yesterday? Sorry, don't remember. I can't believe it. Another dead end. Of all the people who could have seen you yesterday, it just had to be these weirdos. What a waste. Let's not give up just yet. They may not remember seeing us yesterday, but Maybe they know something else that's helpful. Let's keep talking with them for a bit. I'm not so sure if these guys know much about anything other than golf. Okay. Tell us about yourselves.
You know about Palmer and I, eh? There's not much to tell. We're from London. Vendreka was the last leg of our trip. A dramatic and exciting tour of all the best golf courses in Europe. Well, that's what it was supposed to be, anyway. Yeah. First the airline lost our clubs in France. Then we got mugged in Switzerland. We tracked down the thieves to Austria and got our wallets back, but then our rental car broke down. We hitchhiked with an elderly couple for a while, but they kicked us out somewhere in Slovakia for ruining their vacation. Finally, we walked across the hills for a few days until we were in Vendreka. And lo and behold, we came across the last golf course we intended to play on our trip. It was a miracle. At least it was until it started thunderstorming. All told, we managed to play about 3 holes in 2 weeks. But what a 3 holes they were! I've never played with such consistency before, such grace. 2 birdies and an eagle. I hit every green, sank every long putt. I'll never play that great again in my life. Never!
What do you think, Xerxes?
I got nothing.
Tell me more about golf, please. Do I really want to ask them about this? We might end up being here all day. Okay, we'll save golf for last. What about this old man?
Eh? An old man? You see a ton of old men on the golf course, let me tell you. It's true. Golf is one of the few sports you can still play in old age.
I'll take that as a no. What about this ring?
What's that? Do I wear a ring? Absolutely not. Doing so would interfere with my grip. I don't wear a glove like most golfers. You can't possibly control the glove unless you can't possibly control the club unless you feel it with your bare hands. Says the guy who complains about blisters after every round. I do no such thing. Oh, yes, you do. How many times do I have to tell you? You're gripping the club far too tightly.
I don't think they have the ring.
Can't say I recall seeing a woman like that. Me neither. Why do you ask?
Alright. Let's ask about golf. I don't know. I really don't think this is a good idea. We are asking them about golf. Surely this would be just a waste of time, right?
You.
Who, me?
I can see it in your eyes. Do you see it too, Palmer? Yes, I see it. You want to know more about golf, do you not? Oh no. Oh no. Well, there's nothing I can tell you.
There's not?
Golf is a game about feel, kid.
Until you grip that club with your hands, take a swing, and watch that ball fly,
you'll never understand. It'd be a waste of time talking about golf with an amateur such as yourself. That's right, a complete waste of time.
I couldn't agree more.
However, I do see potential in you. A spark of something in your eyes, however small. If you'd like, I'd be happy to administer my patented golfer's aptitude test to see what skills may be lying dormant in your soul.
Yep. Just talking about shafts, man.
Well, what do you say? It'll all take a minute.
Huh? Do I do I really want to do this? Fuck yeah, let's do it.
Wonderful. Now, if you will just close your eyes. Now, I'd like for you to clear your mind. Forget your surroundings. There's nothing but the sound of my voice. I want you to imagine the sounds of a warm summer day. A nice breeze, birds chirping, insects buzzing, cars going by in the distance.
Okay. I can hear it.
Now, allow an image to form in your mind. From a humble tea box, a vast expanse of fairway stretches before you on a clear, sunny afternoon.
Maybe something like this?
Good, good. Now, for the most important part. You take your driver out of your bag and place a tee in the soft grass in front of you. You place a ball on the tee. You are going to take a swing. This will require focus, concentration, your goal, a straight drive down the middle of the fairway. Now, imagine the form your swing will take. You must perfectly time the moment of impact, achieving the perfect balance of power and precision. Can you visualize what such a thing may look like in the abstract?
I don't know. How about something... Wait, I got it. Something like this!
Oh, perfect. The moment is almost at hand. When you feel the timing is right, swing. There will be no delay, no hesitation. You have just one shot to get it right. Remember, golf is a mental game. Don't overthink it, just feel it out. Well, are you ready?
This is really stupid, but I won't back down from a challenge. I'll show you. Just you watch. Alright, let's do it. Okay. Focus. Alright, let's just take a second to collect myself. I just need to take a nice, easy swing. Man, what if I miss? I've never swung a club before. I don't even know what a good swing looks like. Oh no, I'm overthinking it. Damn it! He warned me not to! Why didn't I just take the shot? Oh, fuck. Okay. I have the shuffle time eyes, I got power. I have the focus. Well, how did I do?
You hit a mean slice, well struck, but veered way into a bunker. Gonna have a tough approach. Yeah, that's the worst. Nobody likes hitting into a fairway bunker.
I think that was pretty good, Cersei. You hit it pretty hard. Yeah, but I think I can do better. Can I can I do that again?
Well, would you like to give my golfer's aptitude test a shot?
Let's do it again.
Wonderful. Now, if you will just close your eyes.
Alright, visualize the fairway. And now, we take the shot. Let's do it. Okay, no thoughts. Head empty. We just swing. I think that was still too early. Well, how did I do? Ah, god damn it. This is now a golfing stream. This is silly. Alright, alright. Still too early. I feel it. The mean slice. Fuck off. Shut up. Shut up. We're getting this right. This shouldn't be this hard. Okay. Okay, so I'm looking for it to change to yellow. That's it. Oh, that pog! They're fucking pogging out of their mind! Well, how did I do?
I can't I can't believe it. Did she really? A hole in one.
Wait, what?
How could this amateur hit a hole in one? Such a thing is ludicrous. Impossible.
What? What? Is it really that good?
Everything I know, everything I believe in, is all a lie. Who even am I?
Guys, it's alright. Maybe it was just a lucky shot?
Of course, a lucky shot. That's all it was, I'm sure. Of course, even a 1 in a million has to happen sometimes, right? Still, a moderately impressive showing for an amateur. You may someday have what it takes, yes.
A hole in one? That's crazy, Xerxes. And I know it was more than just luck. You're awesome. Well, I did it, a hole in one, but at what cost? Maybe we should get back to investigating now. You know, that is very fair. Emma, what do you have to talk about? Let's ask them about something else. Yeah. Let's talk about... fuck. Yesterday again? Yep, don't remember. The missing woman.
Okay. You're saying she's gone missing, huh? That's intriguing. A missing woman on a train. Okay. Palmer and I had quite an adventure, huh?
No old man here. Don't know anything about a ring. I think you're right, Xerxes. This hasn't been very helpful. Yeah, so where do we go from here? I mean, hey, I got 2 achievement. I'll take that. I have no idea. Maybe we should try investigating somewhere else for a bit? No, we have to get them to move. Check on Dennis. He's definitely the leader. Golf clothes are so funny. The polo, the little sweater. Really, no notes. Awesome. Area. I liked this place a lot better yesterday, when it was quiet.
Hey kid, the missing woman you're talking about.
Yeah?
What's the deal with that exactly? You've piqued my curiosity, I must say. Yeah, mine too. I see. So you met a woman on the train who then subsequently vanished without a trace. And nobody seems to remember her except for you. Are you thinking what I'm thinking, Palmer? Yes, Dennis, yes, I believe I am.
What are you thinking?
This, my boy, sounds like murder.
Murder?
Murder. I know what you're thinking. Oh, these guys, all they talk about is golf, golf, golf. Well, I got news for you. Dennis and I are well-rounded individuals. We have many diverse interests and hobbies. Now, that's right. And one of those interests just happens to be murder. Yeah, you know, killing. No, don't give me that look. We're just interested in the subject, that's all. We don't do any killing ourselves. No, that would be crazy.
Alright, guys. Why do I not feel reassured? I gave the right delivery.
You see, Palmer and I have spent many years thinking about the perfect murder. We've read hundreds of detective stories, seen all the good mystery films, researched countless real-life cases. Many such stories involve trains, just like this one, you know. There's not a single mystery scenario we haven't heard of. Not at all. This missing woman of yours. Already I can think of a few theories. Let's assume the young lady is correct and that she did in fact meet this woman yesterday. This only leaves a few possibilities. Shall I list them all?
Emma?
Sure. Let's hear it.
Alright.
Theory number 1. This woman has been missing since yesterday, yes? Hard to believe she could be missing for a whole day if she really existed. Precisely, Palmer, precisely. It'd be awfully hard to hide a person or a body on a train, so logically this suggests our missing woman isn't on the train anymore. Correct, yes. Young lady, you said you met this woman on the back platform of the observation car, yes?
That's right.
Why, I can think of no better place on this train to meet a potential victim. When we're at max speed, falling off the rear of the train would certainly kill a person. Ah, yes, if I were a killer and I saw my victim there, all it would take is a little push. Yep, you wouldn't find her for weeks. Actually, I just had a thought. Was this woman in distress when you met her by any chance? Seemingly troubled.
Yeah, kind of.
Where have I heard something like this? I think it was in a movie. Oh, I don't know, but I recall hearing about someone who attempted suicide by jumping off the back platform of a train's observation car. Oh, yeah, that does sound familiar. Well, at any rate, I suppose that too is a possibility.
Maybe we should stop.
We don't have to keep listening to this if you're uncomfortable with it, Emma.
No, it's fine. I really don't want to think the worst, but we can't ignore the possibility either. The only way we'll uncover the truth is if we keep pushing forward. So let's hear their other theories, Xerxes. This may give us some ideas.
Okay, if you say so. Alright, more theories. Lay it on me, Dennis.
Theory number 2. Though it's unlikely, let's say this woman is still on the train somewhere. Alive or dead, doesn't matter. Either way. If I wanted to hide a body somewhere on a train, where it could never be found, where could I do so? Oh, why no, the bathroom. Don't be dense, Palmer. People are always going in and out of the bathroom. How on earth could that be a good hiding spot? Oh yeah, I guess that's true. There's only one place where such a person could be hidden without any passengers or attendants eventually finding her, and that is the storage car. Oh, of course, in somebody's luggage. Precisely. Though porters will inspect the storage car periodically, they most certainly do not check inside every box and crate on board. A body could be smuggled off the train in such a crate, and we'd all be none the wiser. Well, what do you think of that?
Let's hear the rest of their theories, Xerxes.
More theories, please.
And now, finally, theory number 3. Well, I don't have a theory number 3, but I bet you're still wondering, if this woman really was here, why is everyone on board denying her existence? Well, my friends, it is really quite simple. It's a conspiracy. A conspiracy? That's right, Palmer, and the entire train must be in on it. Yes. I think I have this all figured out. The woman you met was an English spy.
A spy?
Yes, a spy collecting information on the nefarious plans of the Vendrican government on behalf of Her Majesty the Queen. Gasp! I can see it so clearly. This woman has been a target of the Vendricans for weeks. But alas, they couldn't get it to her before she boarded the train, so they had to improvise. All of the train attendants, even the bartender, may even be the passengers. They're all Vendraken agents. Every last one of them is in on it. Though they couldn't prevent this poor girl from meeting the woman before they offed her, they could have just pretend she never existed. It's so simple. Yes, I see it. I agree she never existed. It's the girl who sounds like the crazy one. It's a perfect crime. Well, don't just stand there giving me that stupefied look. What do you think?
I think you may have gone a bit too far in a few places with this theory, Dennis.
Well, I liked it anyway.
Jesus Christ, that face.
Dennis, wait, look at the time. What's that? Oh, bollocks. They're about to tee off. Apologies, but Palmer and I must be back to our cabin. The British Open broadcast has already begun, and we will not miss a stroke. I hope I didn't spook you too bad with my murderous theories. It's all just in good fun, right?
Jesus Christ, man.
Good luck, and remember, may your drives be straight. And your chips be in. Good luck.
Well, you can't say they're lacking in imagination. I guess so, but was any of that helpful? I don't know that I buy any of their more outlandish theories, but they did bring up a good few points. If someone were trying to hide her, the storage car definitely would be a good place to do so, and as much as I don't want to admit it, we can't exactly rule out what they said about the observation car either. Not necessarily that she was murdered, but do you really think she'd do that? I don't know. I really don't want to believe it, but I just keep thinking about what she said to me, about how she didn't deserve any kindness. Oh, I hope she's okay. How about we check out the storage car for clues? Yeah, good idea. But before we do that... Oh, wait, right! The bartender said he'd tell us a secret if we got rid of those guys, right? I wonder what it is. Note added. Dennis and Palmer. I will go over the notes at the end of the stream. Alright, bartender. No? A new voice?
I have nothing to say to you. Yes, a very old man. Oh, excuse me.
Xerxes, I think that was him, the old man I saw yesterday.
That wasn't how I was expecting that conversation to go.
Detective? Oh, hello again, you two. How's your investigation going? Talk about the old man. Well, as you both know, I'm trying to speak to everyone on the train as part of my investigation. But with that guy, I barely got one word out before he brushed me off and went running. The nerve. Do you think he may be involved? I have no idea, but he definitely seems suspicious to me now. I didn't even have a chance to catch his name. Who knows where he's off to now? Oh well, I guess I'll just have to corner him later. I did see him in the observation car last night. Maybe a train attendant over there knows something about him. Last place I saw him was the observation car. Fuck, he's got the best theme. I guess that means it isn't going too well. So, how about your missing woman? Has she turned up? No, not yet. That's too bad. Looks like neither of us are finding much success in our investigations, huh? Well, don't give up. I believe in you. I know you can figure it out. I'd love to stay and chat longer, but, well, I still have a lot of ground to cover, and not a whole lot of time to do it in. If I get back home to my station empty-handed, oh boy, my bosses will not be happy. Say, you two came here with an older gentleman, right? Your professor?
You mean Professor Martin? Why? Would you like to speak with him?
Well, I'd like to get around to it eventually. He seems like a nice fellow. Could you point me in the direction of his cabin by chance?
Sure, he's in the third sleeping car in the last cabin.
Fantastic, thank you. Good luck, you two. Knock him dead out there. And there he goes. With taking his music with him.
I'd like to find out a little bit more about that old man. Alright, let's ask the bartender to tell us Veda and Monty's secret.
Okay. Wait, we can speak to Daltrey still? He left already. A sound of silence. Music to my ears. Thank you. Now, the secret. Those two, the wealthy couple, are not as wealthy as they appear. They're not? They were at one time, sure, but now, no. They're most certainly broke.
But if they're broke, how can they afford such a luxurious suite?
I assure you, appearances can be very deceiving. The husband, Monty, some time ago he was rather well known in Vendrake as a performer. Some time later, he was well known as a tabloid curiosity, and now, well, now he's not much known at all.
What kind of performer was he?
He was, I've said enough, I think. Oh, come on, tell us! No, I think that will do.
Come on, Xerxes, keep pressing him. He has to tell us.
Persistent, are we? It's not like it's a big secret. If you intend to continue investigating, I suspect it will become quite obvious what the man's profession was. Alright, how about this? Another deal. I will soon be going on break, but later this evening I will be back in this spot. When I return, if you can tell me the man's former occupation, I will tell you the rest of his sad, pathetic story. Is that all? What's in it for you? Nothing for me this time. I'll tell you the truth. I'm just having a bit of fun. It's up to you. If you'd like to know a little more, well, you'll know where to find me. Okay.
Well, it looks like we have a few more options to consider about where to go next now. Dennis suggested that the storage car would be a good place to hide a person, so we should definitely check that out. That old man was apparently hanging out in the observation car last night, too. Maybe we can find some clues about him there. Oh, and don't forget that we still have to try talking to Veda and Monty. Especially now that the bartenders agreed to tell us more about them. If we can figure out Monty's former job. It's up to you, Xerxes. Where do you want to go first?
Ooh. Let's go where I don't think we'll be talking to anyone for a little bit.
It's kind of dark in here.
Hang on, I think there's another light switch. Alright, that's better.
So, everyone's luggage is stored here, right?
Right. The storage cars are for any luggage that's too big to carry on. It wasn't a problem for us, but it's useful for anyone who needs more space or for really large cargo. I'll be honest, Xerxes. I don't even know where to start. Do you really think she could be in here somewhere?
I have no idea, Emma, but it couldn't hurt to look around, right?
Yeah. Okay, let's get started.
Okay. Let's check the area first. Man, there's so much junk in here. We better make sure we inspect each side thoroughly. Okay, we got 2 sides. Let's look at the other side. I was expecting a reverse shot, but this works too. Check the golf clubs. 2 sets of golf clubs.
I guess these belong to Dennis and Palmer.
But didn't they say their clubs were stolen by the Mafia or something?
Maybe they bought new sets when they finally got to Vendraka, as a souvenir.
This looks like a bad Halloween costume, you know, like a sheet ghost. Well, let's see what's underneath. That is a suit of armor. A suit of armor?
Hello? Is there anybody in there?
You know, for an American lady, she keeps dipping into some very British inflection.
No, it seems like it's empty. Bummer. I thought maybe she'd be inside.
Why would she be in there? Did she say she was Knight of the Round Table?
Oh, I don't know, Xerxes. Maybe I'm just getting desperate.
Okay, nothing in the crates. Whatever this is, it's pretty big. Help me pull off this cloth. A fucking cage? Is this a cage?
What do you think it's for? It looks big enough to hold a large animal, like a tiger or something.
If that's what it's for, then where's the tiger? Unless it escaped?
Ah! Xerxes! Over there!
What? Jesus. There's nothing there.
I'm sorry. That was me.
But still, what is this cage for? It's a large cage. Okay, what about the other side? Check where. Under this sheet. What on earth could this possibly be? Let's just pull off this cloth.
Is that what I think it is?
Why is there a guillotine on this train?
Hack!
What is it?
Xerxes, there's a head in that basket.
A head? I think I'm gonna be sick.
Wait, I think... Oh my goodness. Okay, yeah, this head is just a model. It looks like it came off a dummy or something. In fact, on closer inspection, I'm not sure this is even a real guillotine. The blade is dull. I think this whole thing is just some kind of prop.
What kind of person needs a guillotine as a prop? I'm thinking, Monty. A prop guillotine. How bizarre. This looks like a guitar case.
Don't you play guitar, Xerxes?
Not really. I mean, I can play a few chords, I guess, but I was never very good.
Aw, don't say that. You should play me something. Are you nuts? I'm not going to rummage through someone's belongings just to embarrass myself. Yeah, I guess you're right. I should have known better. I still think you're probably better than you're giving yourself credit for, though. It's a guitar case. Okay. Final cloth. What is this? I have no idea. This is unlike any box I've ever seen. It looks about tall enough for a person to fit inside, but for what purpose? Now that I think about it, I feel like I've seen something like this before. Oh? Yeah, let's just say you don't want to be the person who has to step into that box. At least not without the proper training. I've seen mystery boxes like this before. Can we, perhaps, look inside the box? No? Okay. Hey, Xerxes. Do you think there's anything odd about all of the things that were under cloths? Is that a joke? No, I mean, do they have anything in common that you can think of? Anything in common? Weird box, a prop guillotine, a suit of armor, and a cage. What kind of person might have a use for all four of these things? Let's think. Maybe... It's fucking loud. Oh my goodness. That scared me half to death. Jeez. Right? I knew train whistles were loud, but that was completely deafening. I guess it makes sense, though. The storage car is pretty close to the engine. God damn it.
Hey, you two, what are you doing in here?
Huh? What? I think he's a porter, Xerxes.
Both of you, show me your boarding passes, now.
Our boarding passes? Who just carries those around? Mr. Porter, sir, we left our boarding passes in our cabins. We were just here looking for some of our luggage.
So you two are legitimate passengers, then. I sincerely apologize, it's just... I've really been on edge lately. What with all the stowaways.
Stowaways?
That's right, stowaways. It's become a real problem lately. I can't tell you how many people we found hiding behind luggage in here trying to hitch a ride to London. Some of them have even gone as far as to steal or forge tickets. Can you believe that? I mean, gosh, are you really that desperate to go to London? The weather there is awful, and don't get me started on the food. Well, anyway, I'm sorry for blowing up at you. Is there anything I can help you with? Well, this guy looks pretty tough. Definitely don't want to get on his bad side. Let's talk about stowaways. You know, we porters aren't supposed to be security guards. Our job is to load and unload luggage. And yet, because of all the stowaways lately, I have to be constantly on alert. And when I see one, it's whammo, bop, bam! You beat them up? Well, no, I usually just alert the police at our destination and have them apprehend when we arrive. Still, it's just such a hassle. A woman has gone missing, you say? Well, if you think she's in here, I'd say that's pretty unlikely. I've been in and out regularly, and I haven't seen anything unusual. Ah, the whistle scare you? Yeah, it comes through pretty loud in here. Frankly, it's loud everywhere on board, so much so that it's hard to hear much else whenever it blows. We often receive complaints about it waking people up in the middle of the night, but it's not just for show, you know. The conductor will blow the whistle for a variety of reasons, all related to safety. Making a wide turn when the train stops or starts moving, when we approach a station or crossing. It probably seems random, but there's a method to the madness.
Yes, I assisted in loading all of the luggage you see here into the storage car. I'm what's called a traveling porter. After load-in, it's my job to organize the storage car to ensure smooth unloading at the station. It's quite a physically demanding job, but as you can see, I'm quite up to the task. I wonder if the porter knows anything about all the weird stuff in here. You want to know more about the luggage in here? You and me both, buddy. I swear, I was terrified I was about to lose my head trying to get that guillotine on board. All I know is that the weirdest stuff in here all belongs to the same guy, some little fellow with a big hat. Monty? Yeah, okay. You mentioned that some stowaways have fake or stolen tickets, right?
That's right. The crafty ones realize it'd be awfully hard to stay hidden on a train for the entire ride, so they come prepared. Usually with some kind of fraudulent ticket. They'll then pretend to be legitimate passengers. Awfully crafty, but not crafty enough. You see, I'm always carrying around a list of registered passengers, so it's very easy to cross-reference a suspicious passenger with the list. Of course, that only works if I'm able to identify anybody that's acting suspicious. Which isn't all that often, if I'm being honest. Say, how about this? I'm sure you've met plenty of people on this train, no? If you meet anyone suspicious, tell me their name and I'll cross-check it with my list. Maybe we can catch a criminal in the act.
You have any ideas of who to ask them about, Xerxes?
Yeah, I can think of a few people. I don't have adultery registered, but you're talking about that detective, right? Ugh, what an ordeal that was. He strolled up to the train yesterday and just walked on board, no ticket or anything. He didn't even tell us who he was. We almost had security throw him off before he finally showed us his badge. Honestly, what was he expecting? I would have liked to see that. Yep. Looks like both a Dennis and a Palmer are registered together. They're sharing a single cabin. It seems like... That's gotta be rough. The bed in a single is pretty small, but sometimes people do it to save money, which I get. Yes, I have Aveda and Monty registered together. It says here they're in a luxury suite. Lucky.
Have you asked the porter about everyone you can think of, Xerxes? If you run out of names, maybe we can explore the other cars and see if any other names come up. Okay. Can we... Okay, no. The other side. Okay, so, you know, there's no... I didn't mean to click that. Okay, so if there's no one else to... Okay. Let's go to... Veda and Monty. Got a pretty good inclination as to what Monty does. Oh, hello, Monty. How are you doing? It doesn't look like Veda's here. Oh boy, this should be interesting. How are you doing, Monty? Have you been enjoying your trip? Nice weather we're having, no? Well, I hope you're having a nice day. What are we doing? Hey, Monty, is Veda out? Okay, he's nodding. I wonder where she is. Hey, Monty, do you remember that ring we showed you and your wife yesterday? We seem to have misplaced it. You wouldn't happen to have seen it, have you? Well, what about Veda? Do you think she knows where it might be? How can you tell if a man who doesn't speak is lying? Wait, I know. How about this? Maybe to talk to someone who doesn't speak, you have to communicate silently. Let's try talking to him without saying a word. Maybe he'll open up to us, somehow. Sure. Okay. What does that even mean? Alright, just humor her, Xerxes. What's the worst that could happen? It's like we're trying to communicate telepathically. I feel like I can hear what he's thinking. Something along the lines of, I wish these stupid people would leave me alone. Yeah, something like that. I don't think that was helpful, Xerxes. Any more bright ideas? Hey, at least I tried something. You can't fault me for thinking outside the box. I don't hear you coming up with any better ideas. Well, she has me there. While we're here, maybe we can have a quick look around? You don't think Monty will mind? I mean, what's he gonna do? Tell us to stop? I guess not, but still, let's not go too far. I don't want to invade their privacy. If you see anything interesting, maybe you could try asking him about it. This guy is impossible to read. There has to be a way to get him to open up to us somehow. Maybe it'll be easier without Veda here? Veda isn't here. Atmosphere around here feels a lot friendlier without her, honestly. No. Check the area. Well, the bartender said Veda and Monty are broke, but if that's true, how on earth can they afford this room? Okay. What is that? A deck of playing cards? Maybe Monty's a professional gambler. Well, if he can't tell us anything, maybe he'll at least play a round of Texas Hold'em with us. Yep. So, it's the jewelry case. We know it has some random playing cards in the bottom drawer. I'm curious about them, but I don't want Monty to know we looked inside. It's a goofy hat. I can't imagine he'll have anything to say about this, but, well, he doesn't have much to say about anything, does he? This is where Emma and I found the ring yesterday. I wonder if Monty could tell us if anyone else has been in this cabin besides him and Veda. Talk about jewelry. That's a nice jewelry case. Must be a lot of expensive jewelry in there, huh? I don't think this line of questioning will be useful. Is that your hat, Monty? Oh, cool. Great insight. Thank you. Hey, Monty, by any chance, has anyone else been in this cabin besides you and Veda? Come on, you can tell us. It can be our little secret, right? Oh, come on, Xerxes, don't patronize him. Alright, fine. Ooh! That reaction seemed different. Monty had a weird reaction when I brought up these cards. Maybe I should show them to him and see what he does. What's this? Do you want me to give you the deck? Sure. Here you go. He's shuffling the deck? I think he wants us to pick a card, Xerxes. Okay, let's see here. Ooh. I wish I had access to my notes. Let's take the Nine of Hearts. I pick that one. The Nine of Hearts. Oh, Xerxes, I know what this is. This is one of those card tricks. We picked a card without him knowing what it was, and now he's shuffling it back into the deck. And somehow, miraculously, he'll be able to find your card again. Well, what do you know? He got it. That was it! He found it! Wow, that's incredible, Monty! Oh, Monty! Oh, my aching head! Monty, this migraine is so painful. I'm seeing spots! But if I'm correct, are those two irksome children lurking in our cabin again? If they are here, could you please make them leave immediately? I simply cannot tolerate any intrusions right now. Oh, my head! I think we should go, Xerxes.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Thank you for your time, Monty.
Alright. Ah, yes, the headache routine again. Alright, let's go to the last car we haven't been to. Wow, this is actually kind of a cool spot.
This is the observation car, Xerxes, the last car of the train. The view here is really wonderful, isn't it? The outside platform in the back is such a neat feature. It's also where I first met that woman.
Let's see if anyone here knows anything about her, or that old man. Oh, okay. Oh. Sorry, just had to let that music play a little bit. Okay. Let's check the area. It's actually pretty crowded in here. Guess that's not too surprising, it's a pretty nice spot. Yeah. Not what I wanted to click on. Who the fuck is this guy? Hey, peace and love, man. Peace and love. I'm sorry, were you talking to me? Sure, man. Peace and love. Come on, say it with me. How about I just think it? Well, alright, if that's what floats your submarine. Peace and love, peace and love. Well, I think that's a pretty nice message. Let's talk to someone else now, please. This guy seems very engrossed in this newspaper. It'll be perfect. Yes.
I just need to meet one man on this train who hates someone in his life as much as I hate my father. Yes, then we can simply trade murders. Oh yes, we could never get caught. Xerxes, do you think we should talk to him? I think we should keep our distance from that guy. Nope, not getting involved with that guy. Fucking psycho behavior. There is a train attendant. We should ask her some questions. Hmm? Voices, voices, need to think of new voices. Oh, hello. How can I help you? Wow, these Vendraken girls really knock me out. Alright. I was thinking she has a nice design, but thank you for spelling it out. Okay, let's talk about you first. You want to know about me? Gosh, I don't know what to say. I don't think this is necessary, Xerxes. Let's ask about the car. Oh, isn't it so nice here? I just love how pretty the views out the window are. I specifically requested to be stationed here. It's my favorite place on the train. The outside platform is a really unique feature of this train. They were common many years ago, but today it's very rare. Do you think it could be dangerous? Dangerous? No, I wouldn't say so. The guard railing is pretty high. You'd have to really try to fall off. Granted, if you did, you'd be seriously injured or worse. But I don't think it's very likely. An old man? Could you describe him for me? He's kind of short, gray hair, wearing a brown suit, I think? Oh, you must mean Mr. Fisher. Mr. Fisher? Mr. Fisher was here last night. Oh, he's such a sweet man. What can you tell us about him? Oh, we talked for what felt like hours last night. He's a real charmer. He told me he's going to London to see his daughter and her family. He said his daughter just had a baby, and he's very excited to meet her. Oh, isn't it just adorable? You lost a wedding ring? Oh no. How are you gonna propose now? No, the ring isn't mine. It's just something we found on the train and then lost again. Oh, phew. You would have been in some serious trouble if that were yours. I haven't seen anything like that, but I'll keep an eye out. Huh? No, I don't think I've seen any woman like that. What's up, Xerxes? Oh, nothing. How are you? You know, we don't have to discuss every little thing we do. Some things are pretty self-explanatory, right? Jeez, okay, my sincerest apologies for disturbing you with a little friendly conversation, Your Highness. Okay, I admit, that was a little rude. Nope. Okay, I admit, maybe that was a little rude. I'm sorry. Oh, you're looking for him? Well, I'm not quite sure where he's staying on the train. But you should come back here in a few hours. He told me he'd come back tonight. I asked him to tell me where he grew up. I think he said he's from Gambrica? Oh, I just can't wait. Gambrica, huh? Mr. Fisher. What are you thinking, Emma? She said he was from Ganbrika, right? You remember what Detective Daltrey said about the victim from the hotel, right? Otto Keller?
Oh yeah, he was a Genbrican immigrant, wasn't he?
I wonder if there's some sort of connection.
I don't know, Emma. There's probably thousands of Genbrican immigrants in Vendreka.
Yeah, you're probably right. Still, we need to talk to him. I wonder if there's anything else the attendant can tell us about him.
He really is such a sweet old man. I can tell he really cares about his family. There's one thing I wanted to ask him, though. Before he left yesterday, he said something I didn't understand. He said something about someone named Alma? Maybe it was his daughter's name. Oh, I just can't remember. But isn't that just such a pretty name? Yeah, very pretty. Emma, are you okay?
Alma. Alma! That was her name, Xerxes. I remember now. Her name was Alma.
The missing woman?
Yes, I'm sure of it. All I could remember after yesterday was that it began with an A. But hearing it now, I'm certain it was Alma.
I can't believe it.
You said Mr. Fisher mentioned somebody named Alma. You're sure?
Yep, I'm sure he must have been talking about one of his family members, but I can't remember. He mentioned something about someone named Alma. Talk. Favorite place on the train. It's starting to become mine too. Oh? Bro, can we not? Okay.
Fisher was talking about a person named Alma. Could this really be just a coincidence?
You're certain the woman you met was named Alma?
I want to trust my memory, but I just don't know anymore, Xerxes. Is it possible I heard Fisher mention the name to someone in the lounge car yesterday, and that's what I'm remembering?
I think you should trust yourself, Emma. I'm sure you're remembering right.
Yeah, you're right. I know what you told me. I can't start doubting myself now. Let's stay focused. We need to talk to Fisher as soon as possible. It's still early. We should keep investigating the other cars until tonight, when he comes back here. Who knows? Maybe we'll run into somebody else who could tell us something about him. Or Alma.
Thank you for your time. No problem. If you need anything, you know where to find me. Peace and love, peace and love. Okay. Yeah, I want to look outside, man. Okay. Come back tonight. Okay, gonna talk with the porter again. Now that we have some more names. It's totally empty in here. Did I go to the right place? Watching back the stream footage? There's a considerable delay. Yes, I did 100% go to the wrong place.
I guess the word hasn't gotten out that the golfers left. We have this place all to ourselves.
There's not much point sticking around here. Let's come back later this evening when the bartender's back from break. Okay. The storage car. Yes.
Let's talk about Alma.
Nope. Nobody named Alma registered here. Kind of surprising, actually. That's a pretty common name around these parts. Fisher, Fisher, Fisher. Nope, no Fisher here. There's an old man who told one of the train attendants his name was Fisher. You're sure there's nobody with that name registered? I'm completely sure. The list doesn't lie. Do you know where this Fisher is now? No, but we're told he might show up in the observation car tonight. Good to know. Maybe I'll have a little talk with him tonight. Heck, maybe I'll even bring that detective with me. I wonder what Emma thinks about this development. I should ask her, once I have nothing left to ask the porter about. Which I definitely don't. I don't think. What are you thinking, Emma?
Oh, I was just thinking about Fisher. There's just so many strange coincidences about him, you know? He's from Ganbrika, like the murder victim from the hotel. He knows someone with the same name as the missing woman. And to top it all off, he might not even be registered for this train. Just who is he? Well, I guess we'll just have to ask him ourselves when he stops by the observation car tonight. We still have some time to kill. Is there anything we have left to do? I don't think we need to ask the porter about anything else.
Yeah.
Wait, Xerxes, I have an idea. Remember the initials that were on the ring?
Yeah, I remember. To my beloved AK.
Let's ask the porter if anyone is registered with those initials. He said he has a passenger list, right?
Good idea. AK. You're looking for someone with the initials AK. Well, let me take a look. Yeah, looks like there's a couple.
Can you tell us their names?
Let's see. Alfred Kircher, Arnold Kraus, Andrew Kissinger. I think that's it. Those are all male names.
Oh, alright. I don't think any of them are who we're looking for, but thanks for checking. Xerxes, do you think it's possible the ring belonged to one of them?
I don't know.
Is there anything left to do elsewhere? I don't think the porter has anything left to say.
Yeah, I don't... Let's go to... back to base. Whoa! There's a lot of things to talk about. Oh. Let's see. Been an hour and a half so far. You know, this is some good music. I am going to quickly take a I don't know, 10-15 minute break. I'm gonna make... And I have returned. Key in hand. Hopefully I come up with less rough voices on my throat. Before I get back to the game, I do want to double check that the stream title and everything is fully correct. Mute that. Let's see. Predictions, quick actions. If I'm outside of the stream manager, maybe? Okay, yeah. Title is definitely correct. Probably should have checked that more towards the start of the stream, but you know, whatever. Better now than never. Keep that muted. Open up chat. Okay, let's get back into it. Okay. Emma, we have a lot to talk about. Oh gosh, look at the time. It's starting to get a little late. Maybe the bartender's back in the lounge car now. I'm getting the feeling we've done just about everything we can except talk to the bartender again. Do you think he might be back in the lounge car now? So, what do you think, Xerxes? Are you considering taking up golf now? No, I don't think so. Oh, don't be like that. I know those guys were a little strange, but that shouldn't stop you from having a new experience. I actually kinda like watching golf on TV. It makes me think of my grandpa. He always has it on whenever I visit. He's a pretty good golfer himself. Maybe I'll ask him to give me a lesson. I know I'd be terrible, but it looks kinda fun. And either way, I'd love to see you in a polo and a cute little sweater. Yeah, I bet you would. The bartender sure is in a playful mood today, isn't he? I wish he'd just tell us what he knows, without all the hassle. Although I will admit, all this investigating has been kind of fun, hasn't it? Yeah, it kind of has, in a weird way. That said, we still don't really know what's going on here. Hopefully by this evening we'll have a good guess as to what Monty's old job was. Then we can go back to the bartender and find out what he knows. You know, he was hard to get a read on at first, but I get the sense that Monty is a kind-hearted man, don't you? Yeah, performing that card trick really seemed to cheer him up, but when Veda came back... I shouldn't speculate on others' relationships, but he just seems so timid and she's so, well, you know... When we talked to Monty, he did a card trick for us, very enthusiastically at that. According to the porter, all the weird stuff in the storage car belonged to someone matching Monty's description. A cage, a suit of armor, a strange human-sized box, and a prop guillotine. I think that's all we know. I have a pretty good guess what his job was, do you? I mean, stage magician, perhaps in the circus? Circus performer of some description? I'm more inclined to say stage magician. The storage car. We're really getting into conspiracy theory territory now. Do you really think she might be somewhere in storage? I don't know, Xerxes. I feel like we've already ruled out all of the sensible possibilities. If she's not there, then, well, where is she? Good point. Whether she's there or not, we might still learn something from looking around. It might end up being a waste of time, but it's worth a shot. I know we asked the porter about pretty much everyone at this point. No need to bother him anymore. Alma. I can't believe I forgot that name. It's so clear to me now. Everything about our meeting happened so fast, I didn't think to ask her until just before we split up.
I was so sleepy I must not have fully committed it to memory, but I remember now. It was Alma. Well, the good news is that name doesn't rule out the possibility that the ring we found belongs to her. That's right. She could still be AK. Could it really be a coincidence that Fisher was also talking about someone named Alma? I don't know, but we'll find out tonight, I suppose. It's the radio. Alright, let's have a listen. On the 4th green, lining up a putt for the birdie. If he sinks this, he'll tie the lead at 12 under par. And here's the putt. Oof, he misses wide, a few inches to the left of the hole. Not a strong effort, misread the break badly, and he'll still have a tester in order to make par. Now let's jump to 3, where Phil is looking to extend his lead with another birdie putt. Huh, I wonder if this is the golf broadcast Dennis and Palmer went to go listen to. Hey, why'd you turn it off? Please, no more golf. Not today. Okay. What is that? Okay. Off to the lounge car. It's starting to get a bit late. Looks like the bartender's back and... Who's that in the booth? Is that Professor Martin and Detective Daltrey? Oh, hello, you two. How are you both? Hi, Professor. I'm doing well. Thanks for asking. Yeah, all good. Was that the detective you were just talking to? Oh, yes. He came to see me about an hour ago. He is still investigating the case from the hotel, you know. To think this train may be connected somehow. Frankly, it all seems a bit fantastic to me. My understanding is that he intends to speak with everyone on board, so I invited him to speak with me here over some coffee. How's the investigation going? Did he tell you much about it? No, not all that much, and I'm afraid I wasn't able to be of much help. I only know as much about the incident as the police would tell me that night, after all. If I had to guess, I'd say he doesn't have many leads. It's entirely possible he's been on a wild goose chase this whole time. Still, he is quite determined. He just left to look for more passengers to speak to. I'd say I hope he finds what he's looking for, but... Well, I suppose I'd rather he didn't. After all, I'd feel much better if this train didn't have anything to do with a murder. I'd probably feel better with a more competent detective on board, if I'm being honest. Well, I'll be going back to my cabin now. Is everything all right, Professor? Oh, yes. I've just felt a tad under the weather these past few days. I do hope I'm not coming down with something. It's nothing to worry about. Don't stay up too late, you two. We won't. Good night, Professor. Good night. All right, Xerxes. Let's talk to the bartender. Well, you're back. Have you determined what Monty's former occupation was? Yeah, I think so. Well then, let's hear it. I mean, yeah, magician. That is correct. At one time, that man was a very popular and successful magician in Vendrake. At least as far as magicians go. So, what happened to him? Okay, yes, you win. I will tell you. Monty was still performing as recently as a year ago. His act was quite a popular tourist attraction. Part of his gimmick was that he'd never speak, to give himself an air of mystery. His act was mostly standard tricks, impossible escapes, and such.
But one night, something terrible happened. While some magic tricks look dangerous, the audience typically assumes there are plenty of safety precautions in place to prevent injury, but while that's largely true, many tricks actually are quite dangerous and require pinpoint timing and skill from the performers. One night, Monty's show was running late, and in his haste to get on stage, he neglected to perform a routine safety procedure. Thanks for stopping by, Sean. Have a good night. Probably... what? I'll be on for another hour, probably. As a result, the poor fool became trapped in a box that was to be crushed by a large weight. He very easily could have died. When he realized he could not escape, he actually shouted for help from inside the box. The assistants pulled the box to safety moments before the weight came crashing down. I suppose help was the first word Monty had uttered in years. It took them an agonizingly long time to pry open the box, with Monty begging for his life the entire time. And the audience watching in horror as it became clear that this was not part of the act. The rest of that night's performance was cancelled, and shortly after the story became something of a tabloid curiosity. For his trouble, Monty became a laughingstock. And to make matters worse, no venues would book his act any longer, believing it to be too unsafe. Monty hasn't performed ever since, and the public has largely forgotten about him. But I remember. I recognized him the moment I saw him. Oh my, that's so horrible. We saw some of the props from his act in the storage car. What do you think he's trying to do? If I had to guess, I'd say he wants to start fresh in a country that is unfamiliar with his history. His career may be over in Vendreka, but the baggage from his instant shouldn't follow him all the way to London. I just don't know how he can afford such a move. The man hasn't worked in a year, and frankly, his wife may live like they're rich, but I don't think Monty was bringing home millions from his act. Their supposedly glamorous lifestyle has likely always been a facade. But, well, I suppose that's none of my business. This is all I am able to tell you. If there's anything else to discover, you'll have to discover it yourself. What a sad story. I feel so bad for him. It sort of raises more questions than it answers, though. And we still don't know what Veda and Monty have to do with Alma, if anything. Yeah, there's still a piece of the puzzle missing. But at least we're making some progress, right? It's just about nighttime, Xerxes. Do you think Mr. Fisher might be in the observation car by now? He's the last person who may have seen me and Alma together. And there are just too many coincidences for him not to be connected to all of this somehow. I have a feeling he's hiding something big, but just what could it be? Okay. Off to the observation car. There he is, right on schedule. Alright, here goes nothing. Okay, have to speak to Fisher. Seems like nobody's here except for Fisher and the attendant. Excuse me, sir. I need a new old man voice. Such gentle theme.
Yes, can I help you?
You're Mr. Fisher, correct?
How do you know who I am?
Oh, these two wanted to talk to you earlier. I think they were looking for something. Such a face of disappointment. That is some sweet tea that I made up. So, this is Fisher. Up close, he seems kind of frail. Let's talk to him, Xerxes.
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't remember. I can't help you.
Not very talkative, huh? You didn't want to talk to Detective Adultery either. What is he hiding? Let's ask him about Alma. Maybe that will get him talking.
How do you know that name?
It's the name of the woman we're looking for. Does it ring a bell?
I don't know anything. Stop asking me questions. I can't help you.
That touched a nerve. Mr. Fisher, are you okay?
Leave me alone.
He still won't talk to us. He seems really nervous. Should we tell him that we know he's not registered for this train? I don't know, Emma. Let's press him just a little further. I know he's hiding something. He must know something about Alma. He just has to. I'm nervous about pushing him too far, but Emma's right. We need to know what he knows.
What do you want?
I completely lost what I did first. Fuck.
What do you want? Why are you harassing me? I don't know anything about that, or anything else. I have nothing to do with that.
Mr. Fisher, it's okay. We're just trying to find out what happened to Alma. We don't...
You leave her out of this. I know nothing, and I will tell you nothing.
Mr. Fisher, calm down. Everything will be okay.
Mr. Fisher, we know you're not registered for this train, and so does the porter. He may already be looking for security. Emma? Not registered? Is that true, Mr. Fisher? There's no reason left for you to hide anything from us. Please, we just want to find Alma.
I won't go back. You can't make me go back. Oh, fuck. Old man's got a gun. Fuck. I have a gun. Don't come any closer or I'll...
Oh my god.
Stay back. Fuck, come on. Stay back. I'm warning all of you.
Think. He's got a gun. I don't know what to do. I'm so scared. I can't even move. If we don't do something quick, he might. But what should we do? He looks scared. Does he think we're trying to hurt him? Maybe this is all just a misunderstanding. Maybe I can reason with him? Mr. Fisher, you don't have to do this. We're not trying to get you in trouble. We're just looking for someone.
Shut up! You're just trying to trick me. You can't make me go back to Vendraka. You can't. I won't.
Why is he so afraid to go back to Vendraka?
Be quiet. Go away right now, or I'll...
It's no use. He's not listening. Is Emma okay? Mr. Fisher, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. I mean, I'm not.
Shut up. You can't fool me. I remember you now. You two were talking to that detective. You're with the police. He's going to take me away. He's going to take me back, and then I'll... No, I won't let you.
What should I do? Mr. Fisher, we're not with the detective. This is just a misunderstanding. You don't have to do this.
I don't have a choice if I go back to Vendraka. I'll be killed. They'll kill me just like they killed Maxwell.
Did he just say Maxwell? Or have I heard that name?
Drop the gun. Detective? It's over, Fisher. Drop it.
I'm finished.
No bullets. Mr. Fisher. Mr. Fisher, I searched your cabin and found your boarding pass. This ticket was stolen, was it not?
Yes.
Just a moment ago, you said if you went back to Vendraka, you'd be killed, like Maxwell. Do you mean Edison Maxwell, the lawyer?
Yes, that's right.
Of course, Maxwell was the lawyer who was found dead yesterday morning. The lawyer that Otto Keller, the victim from the hotel, used to work for.
I think you'd better explain yourself. What are you doing on this train? Can you ever forgive me for this? Yes, Mr. Fisher, of course we forgive you.
I I need to explain from the beginning. I came to Vendrika 25 years ago with my wife and my young daughter from my home in Ganbrika. Our life in Ganbrika was very challenging. So we came to Vendrika in hopes of making a better life for our daughter. We were led to believe that Vendrika would be our promised land, that our troubles would be over when we finally arrived. But that was a lie. We found that opportunities for Ganbrican immigrants were few and far between, and we were not welcomed with open arms as we thought we would be. The truth is, we struggled just as much in Vendrika as we did in Ganbrika. It was very hard to make ends meet. And it only got harder when my wife fell ill. I tried my best to be a good father to my daughter, but I know I made many mistakes. When she grew older, she met an Englishman who wanted to take her away to London. She begged me to let her go, but I was afraid of losing her. I said some things I shouldn't have said. It doesn't matter, in the end. She left without saying a word. My life hit rock bottom, and that's when I met him, Maxwell. He introduced himself to me with a proposition. He would pay me a sizable sum if I spied on my employer for him. I had been working as a gardener for a Vendrikan senator for a few years. I don't know why, but Maxwell wanted information on him. I couldn't say no. I needed the money. I could barely support myself as it was. Every Sunday night, I would meet Maxwell at his home to tell him what I had found. He would pay me, and I would go. It seemed harmless enough. This went on for a few months until one day I received a letter in the mail. It was from my daughter. I hadn't heard from her in over 2 years. I couldn't believe it. She told me that she had just given birth to a daughter. And she named her after her grandmother, my wife. She named her Alma. Suddenly, I was overcome with guilt. What had I become? Spying on a politician for a crooked lawyer? I hardly recognized myself. How could I face my daughter? How could I face my granddaughter, knowing what I had done? That Sunday, I resolved to tell Maxwell that I wouldn't spy for him anymore, but he refused. He threatened me. He said if I stopped, he would use his connections in the government to have me deported. He had me trapped. What could I do? How could I refuse? I had to keep spying for him, but at least now I had a goal. I would save up my money and buy a ticket to London. I would escape. I would find my daughter. I was so close. I only needed a few more payments from Maxwell and I'd be finished. But then, I went to his house 2 nights ago and he was dead. I panicked. I ran as fast as I could and then it hit me. Somebody must have found out about the spying. They got to Maxwell first, but I must be next. I had to escape, so I came to the station and well, you know what I did. I never thought I'd be found out. When the train left the station, I was sure I was free. I'd soon be in London, reunited with my daughter and her family. Oh, Mr. Fisher. What a story. The senator you were working for, what was his name? It was Senator Gordon. Senator Gordon, isn't that
Isn't that Professor Martin's old friend?
Officer, I'm begging you. Please, please let me stay in London. Don't make me go back to Vendrake. I just want to see my daughter. I just want to meet my granddaughter. I just want to meet Alma.
When we arrive in London, you'll have to come back with me on the first train back to Vendrake. I promise that no harm will come to you. I promise that no harm will come... Fuck. I promise that no harm will come... Come on. I promise that no harm will come to you when we return home. I understand. Oh, Detective, can't you let him stay? I know he's broken the law, but... It isn't up to me. If the rest of you wouldn't mind, I'd like to speak with him alone for a while.
Xerxes, let's go.
Damn. There is a lot of shit going on. Oh, Mr. Fisher, everything will be okay. Yeah. Well, back to the cabin.
I I feel so ashamed of myself. I was so sure he knew something about Alma. I thought if we cornered him, we could get him to talk, but it was just a coincidence, and now he won't get to be reunited with his family. Oh, Xerxes, it's all my fault.
It's all right, Emma. I think we both went a little too far. I feel really bad for Mr. Fisher, but it just seemed like such a good lead.
How could I ever apologize for this?
I don't know what to say. Let's take a step back. We got a lot of information today. We can worry about Mr. Fisher later. She's still waiting for us to find her, remember?
You're right. Just give me a second. Okay, let's review what we learned today. Just like last time.
Okay, time to start winding down. We've got a lot of notes to read. A lot to talk about. Notes first. Okay, not as many notes added as I thought there would be. Alma. A woman Emma says she met shortly after the train departed. Nobody has seen her since, and strangely, nobody seems to remember her being on the train except for Emma. Emma described her as being in her late 20s or early 30s with dark hair, wearing a grey coat and a dress. Emma doesn't remember her name, but thinks it begins with an A. Emma also said the woman seemed uneasy, and that she didn't deserve Emma's kindness. This, understandably, has Emma kind of freaked out. I wonder what's going on here. Talking with the train attendant in the observation car jogged Emma's memory. She remembers that the missing woman's name was Alma. We know that Fisher was talking about somebody named Alma. Is it possible he knows something about her? Well, no, I guess not.
Fisher's Alma is a different person entirely, so we still don't really know anything about her. This guy sure likes to play games with us. First, he has us get rid of Dennis and Palmer for some info about Veda and Monty. Then he has us guess Monty's former job for more info about their pasts. I can tell he's getting a sick thrill from toying with us, but at least he's being helpful. Little creep. Passenger on the train, he's one of the two men in polos that Emma claims might have witnessed the missing woman. Both him and Palmer are golf-obsessed weirdos, but Dennis is clearly the one in charge. Palmer. Another passenger on the train, and a potential witness that may have seen the missing woman. He's sort of Dennis's lackey. Neither of them seem to have much going on in their brains other than thinking about golf. An old man on the train. He's one of the few people who may have seen Emma and the missing woman together. When Detective Daltrey tried to ask him some questions, he got frustrated and stormed off. I wonder what he's hiding. The train attendant in the observation car says Fisher mentioned somebody named Alma, which Emma insists was the name of the missing woman. Is it possible Fisher knows something about her? Fisher had a breakdown when we confronted him with our questions about Alma and threatened us with a gun. Though, we learned from Daltrey that it wasn't even loaded. He told us his story. He was a Ganbreakan immigrant living in Vendraka, trying to make ends meet but struggling. His wife, Alma, passed away of an illness, and when his daughter grew up, she left Vendraka with her English boyfriend to live in London. When he was at rock bottom, he was approached by that shady lawyer, Edison Maxwell, with a proposition. Maxwell would pay Fisher to spy on his employer, Senator Gordon. Fisher was desperate for extra cash, so he did it. Until one day, he received a letter from his daughter, informing him that she had given birth to a daughter. She named the daughter after her mother and Fisher's late wife, Alma. Fisher, overcome with emotion and guilt, wanted to stop spying for Maxwell, but Maxwell threatened him with deportation if he refused to continue working for him. Fisher tried to raise enough money to buy a ticket to London and flee. But before he could, he discovered Maxwell had been killed. He assumed that someone had found out about the spying and that he surely must be next. He decided to flee Vendraka and stow away on this train, in the hopes he could escape certain death and finally reunite with his daughter and her family. Such a sad story, and it looks like the Alma that Fisher mentioned was actually a totally different person from the one we're looking for. The bartender told us a bit more about Monty. He used to be a popular magician in Vendraka, but an accident during one of his performances ruined his career. The bartender thinks Monty must be trying to re-establish himself in a new country, but doesn't understand how he can afford the move considering he hasn't worked in at least a year. Well, his backstory explains why he was so excited when he performed his card trick for us, and why he seems so sad otherwise. I feel bad for him. I do want to... 8 of spades, 5 of diamonds, jack of clubs, 3 of hearts, king of spades, ace of hearts. Oh... I might need to do a quick little speed run and see if we can get additional dialogue out of choosing the King of Spades. Because that was an option for the card trick. So Mr. Fisher was spying on Senator Gordon for the lawyer who was killed yesterday, Maxwell. What a weird coincidence. Why would someone want to spy on Gordon? I wonder what Martin thinks about this.
I'm gonna do quick save here. We're gonna load here. Yep. Okay, we are going to go to Veda. I think the door is actually locked this time. Let's come back a little later, Xerxes. I apparently went in the right order before. Okay. Yeah. We are skipping. Okay, we want to speak to the bartender. Okay. Then. Yeah. Yep, up. Can I speak to the bartender? I can speak to the bartender now. Talk about the men. Talk about Veda. Talk about Veda. Talk about Veda. Talk about the men. As much of a creep as this guy is, his theme is very fun. Can I... Okay, gameplay, text speed is set to fast. Okay, now we go speak to the men. Yep. Guys, we're talking about golf, man. Okay, talk about yesterday. Talk about yesterday. This might take a little bit longer to fact check than I thought. Driver. Okay, talk about yesterday. Discuss. Expend all the dialogue. Hear about their crazy trip that they went on. What an incredible reaction image. Okay, talk about the old man. We keep talking about golf. Keep talking about golf. I don't know if I need to do this, but I feel like if I don't do this, then I'm gonna wind up, you know, having to do it anyways. Bring it on. It's time for golf. Again. Okay, we got our green. Or I guess the fairway. Okay. I will settle for less than a hole-in-one, but I'm still gonna try for it. I did not get it. Okay. Discuss. Ask about something else. Do I really need to... Okay, yeah, Okay, now I can go. No? Discuss. Okay. Now we go. And now we can, talk about murder for a while. Yeah, talk about murder. Oh boy. Maybe I should save more frequently throughout, each chapter, but, you know, such is life. Okay, discuss. Talk. Talk murder? Yes. Okay, talk. No. Talk theories. It is crazy that I cannot speed through dialogue any faster than this. Okay, we discuss. We talk about more theories. We understand about a storage car now. Theory number 3. A big gold conspiracy of the whole train. I'm honestly not too sold on that one. Personally, my theory for the missing woman is that she is a ghost. How accurate that is, couldn't tell you. Well, Automod. Deny that one. May your drive be straight on your trip for you. Okay. Okay. Gotta talk to the bartender. Hi, Fisher. You haven't tried to shoot at us yet. Okay, talk about everything that we can. About the missing woman. We talk about whatever. Okay. We tell him about Professor Martin. Okay. Now we can talk to the bartender again. Who knows far too much about people than he should. Which I suppose is part and parcel with being a bartender, is just knowing shit. We make another deal. Wow. It is taking so much longer. Okay. Let's try talking to Veda and Monty again. There we go. Finally, I can do the one thing I reloaded the save to do. Okay. Discuss... Oh, shit. We didn't get this dialogue before.
Why do you think Monty doesn't speak, Xerxes? Do you think he took a vow of silence? I don't know. He doesn't strike me as the vow of silence type. It's just odd, isn't it? The bartender said he was a performer, but what kind of performer doesn't talk at all? A mime? Well, yes, but like you said, he doesn't strike me as the type. Okay. Talk about, stuff, and then we talk about more stuff, and then we talk about nothing. And then we, finally get the deck of cards. And we can finally select the King of Spades, and maybe get, some different dialogue, maybe? We're all gonna have the worst staring contest in the world? I don't know why she puts up with us. I mean, I can take a guess, but... Okay. Talk about the deck of cards. We show the deck of cards. King of Spades. Yes. Just gonna double check. King of Spades. Yes. I think that's the only... It's the only one that's in the drawer. So we're gonna pick the King of Spades. Spades. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. That was, that was a colossal waste of time. But, you know. It had to be checked. Okay. We simply, load back here. Okay. Off. Let's see. We've gone through all the notes. Let's talk. Okay. Let's see. She hasn't got much to say. She's really shaken. Man, my head is absolutely spinning right now. I hope going over everything that happened today will help clear things up, but I just feel exhausted. Yeah, I'm getting tired. Kinda wishing I didn't just do that little speed run. But you know, it had to be checked. It would have been a very neat Easter egg or interaction if maybe there was a, you know, you select the same card that's hidden in the drawer, and I don't know, it unlocks something. Whatever. Let's just review. The day got off to a bad start. When I woke up, I discovered that the ring we found yesterday was missing. I searched my cabin for over an hour, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I feel so stupid for losing it. It's okay, Emma. We were still able to investigate without it. Yeah, we still needed to find the other people who might have seen me and Alma together. So we went to the lounge car to look for them. We started with those golfers, Dennis and Palmer. Unfortunately, neither of them remembered a thing about me or Alma. They were too busy arguing about putters or whatever. When we brought it up, though, Dennis proposed a couple of theories to explain what may have happened to Alma. Some of them were a little ridiculous, but, well, what did you think of Dennis's theories, Xerxes? I agree it would make sense if she's not on the train anymore. No. I agree if she's still on board, she'd probably be... I don't know. I don't think any of these theories really hold water. If any of them do, it would make sense that she's not on the train anymore, but that's a little morbid. I think these are all off base. Honestly, you're right. They all sounded pretty hard to believe. Maybe this whole thing is ridiculous. Anyway, after we finished talking with them, we ran into Mr. Fisher for the first time. He was trying to get away from Daltrey. It seemed pretty suspicious. Fisher left quickly and Daltrey went back to his investigation, so around this time we talked to the bartender. Yep, and that creep made us a deal. If we could correctly guess what Monty's former job was, he'd tell us a bit more about the two of them. Monty and Veda, I mean. Gosh, after everything that happened tonight, I almost completely forgot about those two. We tried talking to them again too, but that didn't go so well. Yeah, only Monty was around at first, and, well, he's a man of few words. There was one thing that seemed to resonate with him, though. Do you remember what seemed to catch Monty's attention? Yeah. Yeah, I'm well familiar. Yeah, it was that deck of cards. As soon as we showed it to him, he performed a little card trick for us. It was very charming. But then Veda came back and kicked us out. I felt really bad for Monty at the time. He seemed so happy before she came back. Anyway, the card trick was a pretty solid clue about what Monty's former job was. But it was finding all of his things in the storage car that really clinched it. A cage, a weird box, a suit of armor, a guillotine? All props from his act. So, one more time, what kind of job did he have, Xerxes? He was a magician. That's right. Monty used to be a magician. It seems so obvious in hindsight, doesn't it? Once we figured it out, we talked to the bartender who told us all about Monty's past. Apparently, during one of his shows, he neglected an important safety procedure, and it almost cost him his life. After that, he became a laughingstock and no venues would book his act anymore. How sad. It's just, if Monty's been out of a job for so long, how could the two of them really afford a luxury suite on this train? The bartender seemed to think they must be broke. It doesn't make any sense. They just have to be hiding something. We need to get them to talk to us somehow. Yeah. Okay, let's talk about Mr. Fisher. We asked the train attendant in the observation car about him. She told us about how excited he was to see his family in London, and that he had mentioned to her something about a woman named Alma. Hearing that name jogged my memory. The woman we've been looking for told me her name was Alma, I'm sure of it. After that, I was certain Fisher must know something about her, but it turned out it was just a coincidence. The Alma that Fisher was talking about isn't the same Alma. Do you remember who it actually was? I mean, one of them. Exactly. Fisher's daughter recently had a baby, who she named Alma, after the baby's grandmother, Fisher's late wife. Oh, it's just so sad, Xerxes. How could I be so stupid?
It's okay, Emma. We had other reasons to be suspicious of Fisher, remember?
Yeah, because of what we learned from the porter in the storage car. When we first talked to the porter, he was a bit agitated. Apparently, they've been dealing with a particular problem on these trains lately. What was that problem, Xerxes?
Stowaways. I mean, this has also been a problem, but that's not what he's concerned about.
Apparently, he's been finding stowaways on the train very often recently. When we told the porter about Mr. Fisher, he confirmed that nobody with that name was registered for this train, so it seemed pretty likely that Mr. Fisher was actually a stowaway.
At that point, all that was left to do was talk to him ourselves.
Yeah. Mr. Fisher panicked when we confronted him. He pulled a gun, but Daltrey appeared in the nick of time to de-escalate the situation, and it turned out the gun wasn't loaded anyway. He was just really scared.
You know, I don't think pointing a gun at somebody else with a gun de-escalates any situation. Yes, it did this time because the first man with the gun was bluffing, but I feel like adding 2 guns to the situation, if anything, escalates the situation, because now there are 2 guns. But whatever.
He was working as a spy for Maxwell, the lawyer whose death Daltrey is investigating. Did I miss a dialogue? He was just really scared. He even discovered Maxwell's body last night, which made him think that someone found out about the spying. And that he may be killed too, so he stole a train ticket in order to escape. He also told us all about the circumstances that led him to this point. I can't believe everything Fisher has been through. I don't know conditions for Gambrecan immigrants were so bad. I didn't get that impression from Martin at all. You remember, right? Last night, Martin told us that Vendraka had been working to open its borders to Gambrecan refugees, but he didn't tell us they were still struggling.
Yeah, but that isn't the only thing that's bothering me. It's who Fisher was involved with.
You caught it too, right? The person that Maxwell was having Mr. Fisher spy on.
I believe his name is Gordon. Gordon. Not allowed to look at my notes.
Yeah. It was Senator Gordon, Professor Martin's old friend. After that, Daltrey told Mr. Fisher that he couldn't stay in London, and that they'd both be going back to Vendraka. I guess that means he'll be arrested.
Yeah, that was the most serious I've ever seen Daltrey. It was a little eerie.
Well, I think that's everything. Xerxes, what's going on?
I don't know.
We only have 1 day left until we reach London. Oh shit. We found out so much, but still no sign of Alma. What should we do? It's been a long day. I think we should get some sleep, but tomorrow we need to find Mr. Fisher again. We still have a very important question to ask him. Oh yeah, with everything that's been going on, I almost forgot why we were looking for him in the first place. He's the only person left who might remember seeing me and Alma together in the lounge car. We still need to find out what Veda and Monty are hiding too. It'll be okay, Emma. We can still get to the bottom of this. I think I'm going to go to bed now, Xerxes. I want to be alone for a bit, if that's okay. It's okay. I'll see you tomorrow. Good night. God, I've never seen her like this. I have such a sick feeling in my stomach. Just what is going on here? I think I'm a little scared to find out. God, I wish I could just save here, but oh, what time is it? Wow, it's really pouring out there. Ooh, okay. No immediate events this morning. We save. And it is time to end the stream. Ah. Quit. Yes. All right. Thank you, everyone, for coming out to hang out and listen to Storytime, effectively. I will be back at it again next week. I wonder... Since tomorrow's going to be the last day on the train, I wonder if, how much longer there actually is in the game. I have really been enjoying my time so far. Even if my a little test of comparing playing cards did not work out as nicely as I had hoped. I am really liking the writing that's going on here. Let's see. I should do rating in order to build some form of rapport. I wonder if whoa, stream marker added. That's not what I wanted to do. There we go. Let's see. Can I search within...
Somebody seems to be raiding.
I don't know what the actual etiquette is for
Raiding. I feel like I need to
actually watch people on Twitch more in order to really understand what's going on there. But no, I think I'm just gonna call it there. Everyone have a good night. See y'all hopefully Saturday for raid night. I did a fresh install of 14, so hopefully that will actually be stable to stream for Saturday. Otherwise, see you this time next week for more Detective Instinct. Good night.